Aries, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. It's the week ahead reading, October 11th, Monday, October 11th through to Sunday, the 17th of October. So for the reading, I thought we would use one of my newest decks, which is the Tarot, which is the Tarot of Oppositions. And also for your spiritual message, guys, we're going to be using the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck, okay? So, yeah, let's make a start on the reading. If you'd like to order a reading with me, click on the link in the comment section below, and I'll also be on Patreon by the end of November. So, yeah, make sure you're keeping an eye out for that if you'd like to join me on there. Let's make a start. Okay, Aries, let's have a look then. So the situation that you need to be focusing on for October 11th through to the 17th is the Ace of Pentacles. The thing with this deck is it's brilliant. So it shows you, I'll just show you. So here we have the upright. It's called the Tarot of Oppositions because you've got the upright, which is here, but the reverse, if it lands reverse, then it shows this. So you can see easily that reverse, it's showing you that the money is being lost. And in the upright, it shows you money is being gained, which is what I really like about the kind of like the simplicity of this deck. It's really nice. So I think the focus needs to be on the Ace of Coins, gaining money, making money, Ace of Pentacles. Perhaps this is holding on to your money with the Ace of Coins because he or she's clearly holding on to the cash. In the reverse, we can see that they're basically losing the cash. Can you see there? I hope the lighting's okay. Yeah. The thing is, I'm doing the readings over by the window, so the lighting can get a bit dodgy sometimes. Yeah. So making cash, holding on to cash, creating opportunities, golden opportunities being handed to you as well. I often see the Ace of Pentacles as a golden opportunity, so perhaps there needs to be a focus on golden opportunities or taking hold of opportunities when they come. Also for me, the Ace of Coins is about nurturing, planting seeds and nurturing them. It is only an 8, so we're just seeing a small spark of something. We're seeing a small seed. This is the seed. Usually the Ace of Wands for me is the spark. So, or the Ace of Swords is like a new idea, for example. Aces are pretty much always new. So I think there needs to be a focus on, not only on taking hold of potential opportunities, golden opportunities, because it's coloured gold, it should be something quite amazing. There's also a need for you, I think, Aries, this week to focus on holding on to your money, I think, or taking advantage of opportunities that may come to you in terms of making more money. Also planting new seeds of opportunity, seeds that are going to bear fruit later on. It is only an ace, so there's plenty of potential for this to bear fruit going forward. Let's have a look at what the, finances, job, money, work, all of those things, all of those material things that the Ace of Pentacles really alludes to. What's the situation around this? Another money card, Page of Coins. It's an interesting thing with the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles can mean so many things. So you get a Page of Pentacles and it can mean to learn. So this is a card about studying, learning a new skill, for example, can be the Page of Coins. Usually it's a very kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Things like woodwork, for example. I mean, this is this is your student card, is the Page of Pentacles. So this is all about learning new skills. Perhaps you're learning about, learning a particular craft, for example. This can be learning mathematics or learning how to, learning on the job, for example. This could be learning, how to develop your skills in a particular area, is the Page of Coins. This could be working as, a young bank teller, and there's the potential to go all the way to the top of being the bank manager, for example. This could be sitting an exam, for example. There's definitely an element of learning when it comes to the Page of Coins. Also, though, the Page of Coins can be somebody who's very focused on the material. They've got a dream, and what they want to do is turn that dream into a reality. So this is all about turning something that is a dream or an idea into something that is tangible and realistic going forward with the Page of Pentacles. This person can easily be somebody who likes to buy clothes. Also, though, just to make you aware that the Page of Coins can also mean small. So it's a small amount of money. This could be including having very little resources when you've got the Page of Pentacles, because the Page of Pentacles is one of those cards that would indicate that you have very little money, very little resources to work with. And it challenges you, this card, to think about how you're going to expand and grow the small resource that you actually have there. Let's have a look at the next one. So you've got the World card here. So for me, this is kind of taking a small resource and achieving something huge with it, with the World energy, because this is small. The Page of Pentacles is a small card. It's a small material resource. Or this could be achieving something in terms of studies, because he's studying something here, and the World is the ending of the cycle. It's where you're achieving something. So for some of you guys, you know, it's a case of that this situation involves either learning, or it's to do with resources, or it's to do with, this can also be a startup business, or, you know, something that you're starting up to make money. Perhaps with the World energy, you're achieving something in this direction here. Perhaps some of you guys have started something up, and now you're, you know, you're reaching a huge milestone here with the World. You're achieving something big in terms of learning something, or in terms of kind of building something with the Page of Coins showing here. Or we've got a seed that's been planted with this page that is now starting to bloom with the World, because with the World card, things tend to come to fruition. Let's have a look at the next one. That's interesting, because you've got Death, right? So we've got two cards that indicate the completion. Okay, it just feels to me like with the Page of Coins, we start off with the small stuff. Page of Pentacles, we're starting off with a, you know, either studying or learning something or building something from scratch, and we're starting to see with the World energy something coming to fruition. I think with the Death card, because sometimes with the Death card, it's not all about endings. It means that there's a bridge. You know, there's a gateway opening up with the Death card. So it could simply mean with the World and that Page of Coins, it's something that you have been working on, something you've been developing with the World energy. It could be that something is coming to an end, or it could be, for example, it might be that you've been studying. Now the studying is coming to an end. And now we've got with the Death card showing here that it's leading on to something new. What's it leading towards? The Three of Cups. We're seeing celebration here with the Three of Cups. Three of Cups groups, but then there's not a group here. The Three of Cups is somebody, this girl's raising a glass. There's a celebration here. Let's have a look. Or achievement. You know, it feels like this is leading to you achieving with that Three of Cups a level of control and power here. That's what it feels like, because the Death card can easily lead. It's what I call a bridging card, so it's sitting right in the middle. There's no point in saying an ending twice. We've got the World energy here. For some of you guys, it's studying, Page of Coins. Some of you guys, you've achieved something. You've studied for something hard here, and we're seeing the achievement card of the World. Okay, we're seeing your studies coming to an end here. It's leading on to you achieving some sort of level of power or control or something like that with the Strength energy showing here. Some of you guys, it'll be a dream, for example. A dream now is starting to, with the World energy showing here, it's starting to come to fruition. Things are starting to come to fruition. You're starting to see the tangible results. Because Page of Coins, for me, isn't a tangible result. The World would be the tangible result. The Page of Coins would be the process where we start to learn, or the process where we start to kind of, this could be a resource here. Okay, this could be you learning how to use your resources here. And finally, maybe the lesson is at an end, because the World, if you think about it, the major arcana are life lessons, right? So if we've got a smaller lesson card here, the page where you're actually in the process of learning a lesson here, we're seeing the lesson is learnt with the World. We're seeing if the Page of Coins for some of you guys is a lesson, then with the World energy, we're seeing you graduate with the World, and we're seeing this leading to celebration and you guys achieving a level of power and strength within the self. Okay, so I think I'm going to just read it like that. Some of you guys, it will be about learning how to handle your resources. The lesson's being learnt with the World energy. For some of you guys, it's learning other things. But I think with the world energy that it's going to bring some very positive results. Whatever this is, we're seeing the achievement of the world here. We're seeing you graduating, I think, from being that page to the world energy, because this is a lesson. So for me, this is the lesson is finally being learnt with the page of Pentacles energy here, in which it leads to you achieving a level of strength and power within the self. So how do we fixture the Ace of Pentacles into that? Well, the focus needs to be with the Ace of Pentacles, I think, I think this is more about focusing on with the Ace of Pentacles, you can either focus on it as being the seed or being the result of something that has already. So this can actually be the tangible result. This can be the result of, for example, hard work. The Ace of Coins can be, for example, the result might be the money. It might be the result is that finally you're starting to earn some money from a business or something like that, you know. So I actually feel here, guys, that this is more about focusing on the tangible results, because I think that for some of you guys, you have been learning something here. You've been studying hard, you've been learning, and now I think with the world energy, what we're seeing is the conclusion of the study. So studies are finally concluded here. There's a lesson that is finally being concluded. Your studies, whatever that is, have finally ended with this world energy, in which it's leading to achieving a certain level of power, because the Three of Cups is also achievement, because it's celebration and this is power. So I think whatever you've been learning, it's leading to finally that lesson is finally at an end now, Aries, in which it's leading to achieving a certain level of power. Whatever, you started off as the page and now you're leading on to strength. Strength is higher than page. Page of Pentacles, all pages are young, so they all reference the idea of learning. When we get to the stage of strength, we've actually accomplished a level of strength. And actually, strength rules the eights. So we've achieved a level of power, which means now we're skilled in the area. So we're achieving a higher level of power now that you are skilled in this area, because the eights represent the ability to advance and move forward, and also to become skilled in a particular area. So if we're looking at learning with the Page of Coins, our studies being finalized, finishing our studies here with the World and the Page of Coins, which lead to the celebration with the Three of Cups, the achievement with the Three of Cups of the achievement of a higher level of power in which you become skilled. I think the focus now in regards to all of this with this Ace of Coins energy is to actually take the new opportunities that come to you as a result of this. So this isn't about focusing, well, yeah, it is. There's two things really. You need to focus on what results, not just the tangible results that I'm talking about, Aries, are the opportunities that come to you with this Ace of Coins as a result of you now having achieved a higher level of competency and ability, which I think is what this reading's about. You started off, as I said, as being the page, and now you become strength, which is the major arcana of the eights. You know, it rules the number eights as strength, which means that you have basically achieved a higher level of competency. So I see you guys achieving a higher level of competency with the strength energy here. So there needs to be a focus on taking opportunities that are actually given to you. All right, and it's interesting, if you look at this card, what I'm seeing with this card as well, guys, look at how it almost feels like he's taking the pentacle out of this guy's hands. So it almost feels to me that even if you have to kind of fight tooth and nail to get an opportunity, feels to me when I look at that Ace of Coins, for some reason all I'm seeing is competition, because it looks to me like you are just dragging that pentacle, that opportunity out of somebody's hands. So I actually feel here, Aries, that you really have to focus on almost fighting the good fight, if you like. It sounds weird, but I think that that needs to be your focus, because I think that you've worked hard to accomplish a certain level of competency. You've studied hard, you've worked hard, you've focused on, you're focused on being better skilled at whatever this is, and now you have to really focus on clawing back, or taking the opportunity, even if it means you have to fight the good fight for it. Let's have a look at what the advice or the outcome is around this reading. Right, you've got the Two of Wands as advice. I love this card. I saw this card show it for a couple of the signs that I read for on the week ahead last week. You have to focus. The advice is to this Two of Wands, look at him. He's clambering up this rock face, and he doesn't have, what I always notice with this version of the Two of Wands is this guy doesn't have a harness. He doesn't have any safety, and yet he's still clambering up the rock face. He's afraid, but he's not showing any fear. He's moving forward with confidence. So I feel that this almost feels like a need to assert yourself, even in the face of fear or worry. You've earned your right to be wherever this is. So even if you don't have, and it almost feels to me, it's an interesting one, without the harness, it almost feels like the cards are saying this person doesn't have a plan B. Because if he had a harness, he would have a backup plan just in case he failed. He doesn't have one, which to me says this guy doesn't have a plan for failure. He's not planning for failure. He's planning for success. Because he's even clambering up the rock face with his socks. Okay, so you have to focus on getting to the top here. I think it's advice. I think it's more about focusing on getting ahead, getting to the top. Don't focus on the failure, focus on the winning more than anything. Because you've earned your right and you've worked hard for it. So we've got the Two of Wands and the, the Two of Pentacles. You know, the Two of Pentacles almost feels like plans with the Two of Wands. Two of Wands as a card can be planning. The Two of Coins for me kind of switches things up. Or multiple plans. I think yield results with the Magician. The Magician is manifesting. So I think that actually, when I look at that on its own, it's not a backup plan, but because it's got another card, another number 2 next to it, reminds me of something multiple. So I think the advice is that you're going to have multiple plans. So this is like multiple, it almost feels like, I don't know whether this is a plan though, the Two of Wands. This Two of Wands is doubling up with the Two of Coins. So it might be that you have to have multiple goes at this. All right, and I think that with the person who walks without the harness on, it's because they've not got a harness because they're not planning for failure. All right, so you're not planning for failure, but you have to. But I think the advice is that there will be multiple goes that you're going to have to do. Like if it was the normal Two of Wands that we usually see on the Rider-Waite, where he's standing with between two wands and he's planning ahead, and then we've got a number 2. That would for me would be the multiple plans. Or multiple strategies. He's got no plan here. He's not got a harness on. He's just going up the rock face. So you're going to have multiple goes, which then lends itself to the idea that there may still be some failure in this, but you can still get back up on the rock. You haven't planned for failure, but there may still be. So it may simply be that it's saying, look, good on you, Aries. You haven't planned for failure. I think that you're completely, when I look at these cards here, that work you've accomplished, the studies are now at an end. We've got the Page of Coins study, the World card completes that, so the study is now complete, the lesson is now complete with these 2 cards, and finally it's leading towards achievement of a higher level of competency and strength and skill. All right, so you've learned all there is to learn, and you're achieving a certain level of skill and accomplishment and status now, which therefore means that next, the 11th to the 17th, there needs to be a focus now on grabbing onto the opportunities that this will afford to you. So opportunities that are going to be coming to you, Aries, you need to grab hold of them, even if it means you have to fight tooth and nail with somebody to get something, because you've earned your right at the dinner table, right? However, I think the advice is that don't beat yourself up if something that you go for doesn't come through, because it may be that there are multiple goes that you're going to have. Can you see? He's clambering up the Two of Wands hillside, the mountain face. But with the Two of Pentacles, this just reminds me of, there's multiple. When we see 2s, they double up on cards around them. So it may be that there are multiple tries here. There's going to be like multiple times, a couple of times, it could be more, that you're going to have to clamber up this rock face, because you may end up like this. You haven't planned for it, but you may end up as the reverse from time to time, okay? Before you actually, with the Magician, manifest what you're looking to manifest. Right. So you have, I think you have, there are multiple, yeah, I just see the multiple twos mean multiple. It's as simple as that. So with the Two of Wands, as I mentioned, there's this rock face, and you're clambering up it. So, but there's going to be multiple tries here before you manifest something new. But I do feel that you've got the power with that Magician to create with the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is all about creation, ideas, enthusiasm. It also means power. Maybe you have the resources to create something new here, but I think it's going to take multiple times. Oh, okay. The work card of the Eight of Pentacles. Ace of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. Creative work, new work. It just feels like you've got the power to create. Or even, I mean, the Eight of Pentacles can be work, but it's also your skill. And the Eight of Wands can be, if you think about what the Magician does, he holds the wand, he's got it in his hand here. It's interesting, isn't it? Because if you look at the Two of Pentacles, he's taking the pentacle out of the hand of this guy. He or she is. Can you see? Same here. It's almost like they're taking the wand. There's a fight to take the wand, or there's a fight for the ownership of the wand. Can you see? It just looks like that on the Ace of Wands. There's a fight for ownership. The Magician also means presentation, or having the skills and the talent. He holds the wand, as I mentioned here, and we've got the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is really this wand here that he's holding. So it's almost like it's saying that you have the skills and the talent to, oh, you've just got the talent to present, because he's got the wand here. So the wand is doing this, it's presenting, it's creating as well. Or to create job opportunities. The Eight of Wands is an opportunity. So maybe you've got the power to create with the Eight of Wands the type of work that you want to do. Because I think there's going to there's going to be multiple goes that you're going to have here. There's multiple tries that you're going to have to do before you are able to manifest new work as well. Manifest the Magician, new Ace of Wands work, this new job with the Eight. So I think I'll read it like that, actually. It makes more sense and it's simpler. I think, and I really, Aries, don't want to make this sound like it's harder than it should be sounding. I don't want to make it sound like that. Like it's harder than it should be, because the way I'm reading it sounds like, oh my goodness, this is going to be hard. It feels like that when I read it, but it's not. It is and it isn't. I won't lie. I think it is and it isn't. I think it's a job. I think it's work. It's a work reading that we're looking at here. And I think the universe is saying, we'll do the reading again. I think the universe is saying, look, this week you've got to focus on really kind of... And sometimes life, you know, we look at a lot of things like the law of attraction videos, and it makes everything seem so easy. And I guess it is. But also, life isn't always easy. Sometimes life is just realistic, and sometimes you have to fight tooth and nail to get the job that you want. Because this, I believe, even though this is the reversal, and in the reverse it's losing, if you look at both of this together, he looks like he's having to grab this opportunity from this person's hand. So I do think that this week is a focus for literally focusing on grabbing opportunities from others' hands. And if you have to do that, then you have to fight tooth and nail. And I don't want to, you know, I don't know. I mean, maybe a lot of people don't like the way that I say things in tarot, but I'm just like a realist kind of thing. Sometimes you have to fight for what you want. And I think this is really the focus. If you want to break it down, Aries, I think the focus really is on fighting for what you want. Because it looks like a fight. He's grabbing this pentacle from this dude's hand. So I think that the week is about focusing on what, you know, on the fight and on really fighting hard for what you want. Because there are people, this is, after coming through, I don't even know whether we're really through it, but after what the world has been through over the last couple of years or so, the market, the job market has not been easy. And it hasn't for a lot of people. Even people who run their own businesses are now starting to see the real and true aftermath of what this whole thing has done. And it's really kind of fucked a lot of people over, for want of a better word, you know. And it's, you know, people who are in highly skilled jobs are now clambering for lower paid jobs because they just need a job. They just need money because businesses are going under. Albeit the job market in certain countries, I guess, has gone up. I think it's saying something like that in the UK. But I think, you know, overall, whatever the case is for wherever you are in terms of jobs, this is a week for really kind of fighting for your place because some of you guys have finished a period of learning and study, and this is now leading to you achieving a greater level of power here. So there's something that you know more than you ever knew before, whether you've finished college or university, or whether it's a life lesson that you've learned and it's put you in a stronger position work-wise. But I think the universe wants you to be realistic, that even though all of this has happened here, which is great, it wants you to still focusing on fighting for the opportunities that are coming to you or around you and others at the moment. You're not the only one who is in line for opportunity. Other people are. So you have to fight even harder, because the advice is that you need to focus on clambering the heights and getting to the heights and achieving with that Two of Wands showing here. You don't have a safety harness here, so you could easily do this. But it wouldn't matter if you did that, because you're going to have multiple goes at this. This isn't going to happen overnight for some of you guys. Focus on doing this, but I think it's saying that this is really kind of like more than ever before, perhaps, Aries. Almost like it's the start of the process, because you have to fight hard for the opportunities. But the advice is that you're going to have multiple goes at this before you actually manifest the new you know, the new job. Okay. Also, I think the advice is, yeah, there's going to be multiple goes at this before you manifest what you want, but you do have the ability and the talent with that Magician. With the Ace of Wands, remember the wand is kabang, boom, there it is. That's what they say. They always say, magicians say abracadabra and say that this is the wand. Abracadabra and poof, there it is. So if it's abracadabra with the wand, then it's manifesting through the wand. So you've got, though this one may take multiple tries for you to get that opportunity, all right, you still have the skills and the ability and the talent to manifest. Ace of Wands is manifestation, to manifest the position or the type of work that you love, the type of work that you've worked for, you've skilled, you know, you've skilled up for. And remember, we spoke about the Page of Coins skilling up. Well, you've achieved that now. Whatever you were studying or learning now is now accomplished here. And it's leading, death is leading you to achieving a higher level of competency and skill. And remember, strength, as I mentioned, rules the number 8. So we've got you reaching a higher level and a higher competency level of skill here. All right. And you've got the ability and the talent. Remember, the Eight of Wands presents to you as well, because it's abracadabra, I present. There you go. It's presenting something. So you have the skills and the ability to present Ace of Wands energy, what you're trained for, what you're skilled for, to present your skills to others. So you may have, and also I just feel that even though there may be multiple tries at this, you are really skilled here in this. You're skilled, and I think that you're skilled enough to do this work. You're skilled enough to present your skills. You're skilled enough to manifest the type of work that you want. All right? In other words, yes, this may be a week for fighting for what you want in terms of the job market, in terms of golden opportunities come to you. And not all of you are going to be successful in getting that opportunity. There may be multiple goes that you're going to have to kind of do. You're going to do multiple tries. but don't let that feel, or don't make that, don't allow that to let you feel that this isn't manifesting and this isn't going to happen, because it will happen. Could also be that though there may be multiple goes at getting this opportunity, out of the blue, you may find what manifests is work that you're passionate about, because the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Coins can be work that you're passionate about, and the Magician can be a very unpredictable card, being that it can just manifest out of the blue. All right, this can definitely be, you know, an angel, for example, or source, or just the universe manifesting this. So even though this may take multiple goes, you'll find that perhaps out of the blue, the Magician, what manifests with the Magician is the work that you're really passionate about. Okay? So you've just got to focus on kind of, you know, gaining those golden opportunities when they're presented to you. Some things will work out, some things won't. But, you know, at the end of the day, in the end, Aries, you will end up manifesting the very thing that you've worked hard to achieve. Let's have a quick look at what the advice is through the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. What is the advice that you have for Aries in this reading, please? Or for the week ahead? What is the advice you have for Aries, please, in one card? Take control of your own narrative. And I'm just going to get the book out for this and have a look at what this says. So take control, number 22. Someone else is trying to call the shots in your life. They think they can waltz in and control your every move, and you need to say no to their manipulation. It might seem tempting to relinquish control, but if you give someone else power over your narrative, chaos will ensue, and it will be in their favour, not yours. The stories inside of you make you a library on the verge of bursting, but only if you're the one to pick up the pen. Really, I would just turn that around and say it's true in terms of the idea of taking control of your own narrative. And it's true because the Magician is a writer. He writes his own stories. He creates, because he's a creator. So this is all about taking control of your own narrative. Because even though, you know, there may be multiple goes that you're going to have to, you know, go at this with, you know, you'll see golden opportunities coming in that you'll fight tooth and nail for. And some of you guys, it may be, you know, you go for one thing, you've got 100 other competitors and you're having to really give it your all in the interview or whatever the case is. And then somebody else gets it and you're kind of like, I worked really hard for that. And then you do another one and then the same thing happens. You're like, oh my God, I worked really hard for that. But I think the universe is saying, yeah, there'll be multiple goes that you're going to have to take, but you have the power to manifest the work that you truly love, or to manifest the new job, or you've got the power to present your skills to others, even if it's on a consistent basis, because at some point somebody's going to pick up on that. I think the ethos of the reading really is that when we look in line with this card here, and if you look at here, this is this woman is a puppet. She is a puppet, and she's being puppeteered by something other than herself. And I think really the universe is saying, don't become a puppet. You know, don't allow. And the puppeteer for you guys, Aries, would be your fear. And would be your anguish in terms of, I've done this multiple times and nothing comes off it, and I'm putting my all in and I keep doing it and I keep coming to the same thing. The universe wants you to know you're not the puppeteer, you're not the puppet, you're the puppeteer. You're the one that controls your life. Your fear and your anger and your frustration does not. So this is a week for focusing in on, even if it means that you're having to work really hard to try and gain those opportunities from others and it doesn't work out. It doesn't mean that it's not going to work out. It just means that you just have to keep on going a little bit further until it does. And more than anything, when things don't work out, Aries, it doesn't mean that they're not going to work out. It just means that it didn't work out this time. Whoever got the job or whoever got the opportunity has just as much right probably as you do. And you will have your turn on that. But at the end of the day, it's about having faith, having trust, and more than anything, controlling your own narrative. Okay? Controlling your own narrative. Because if you allow your fear and your anger and your frustration to control the narrative, that's when things stay the same. You do have that power to create. And in a way, the Eight of Coins is the narrative as well. because it's a card about writing and skill and creation as well. So you have the power, the Magician, to control. Ace of Wands is also taking charge. So you have the power, Magician, to take charge, Ace of Wands, of your own narrative, the Eight of Pentacles. Okay? That is your reading, guys. Thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you would like a private reading with me, click on the link in the comment section below. And also join me on Patreon. Be there at the end of November. Take care. Bye-bye.